Hello and welcome to Disability in Screenwriting. This is one of our workshops that we do every week, and we look at disabled characters in film and TV primarily. In case you're new here, let's just give you a quick rundown. This is ScriptCamp, and we're a screenwriting Discord server helping you go from idea to final draft. There we go. So we have this workshop because disability is so misrepresented and misunderstood. Probably one of the most most minorities in the media. It's the biggest minority in the media, but also most misrepresented and misunderstood. And those can lead to real world stereotypes and discrimination. People of any age, gender, race, religion, people age, gender, religion, race, or socioeconomic background can be disabled, but that's not represented in the media. And so we want to help change that. In order to make sure that this workshop runs smoothly, we ask that everyone is respectful, and we're all sort of giving feedback to each other, as well as just, receiving feedback. For the purposes of this workshop, there are 5 disabilities: physical, intellectual, sensory, hidden disabilities, and mental health. All are equally welcome. This is one of 2 workshops that we will alternate each week. So this is disability in screenwriting, and we have disability in fiction, which is more for novel writing. And we welcome disabled and able-bodied people alike. So disability in screenwriting is every other Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 4 p.m. British time. And we look at disabled characters in TV and film. We might read professional scripts that have disabled characters. We will always try and prioritize your work. We'll look at things that have already been produced and these sorts of things, and create disabled characters from prompts. And the next week will be disability in fiction, where we do a very similar thing, but we largely focus it on novel writing. On both servers, on both ScriptCamp and WordCamp, we have a disability feedback channel, which you can post things that you're working on throughout the week. And we also have our writing prompts. I don't think we had any submissions this week again. So maybe we'll take a break from the prompts, and do make use of that channel. This is a safe space for all of us to talk about all aspects of disability, which means that we do discuss sensitive and potentially triggering topics, including mental health, addiction, trauma, abuse, and medical scenes and stuff. You're welcome to leave at any point if things get too heavy. I can't believe I still haven't corrected that typo. If things get too heavy for you, because your mental and emotional well-being always take priority of your attendance. So yeah, welcome everyone. We have a few people already here. Let's open up the floor and see if anyone has any topics that they'd like to discuss. Yes, I did. Cool. Let me open up the document. I don't want to get overloaded with characters. Let's change the window. All right then. So he had no limbs? Okay. What was that called? A tail? Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. So if anyone's ever looking for disabled characters, use the link in the chat because we have quite a list now. I don't know how many we have now, but we've got a lot. Yeah. And it's reassuring to like see all of these. I mean, no, not all of them are good. In fact, very few of them are. But um, it's still nice to see that the list is growing. Cool. Thanks for sharing, Lasagna. Yeah, let's open it up again and see if anyone has anything they want to talk about in terms of disability, any disabled characters that you're working on. Welcome, Dan.
Why did I talk? I have nothing to talk about.
I'm going to see if I can find some scripts for us to read, maybe.
Can I just say, as an autistic person, I hate Sean Murphy from The Good Doctor. I want to hurt every single person who participated in writing him because Ugh.
Yeah, it's a interesting character. In some ways, it's good, but not many ways. The type of autism that he has is very rare. He's a white man, which, not everyone who's autistic is a white man. And, that's almost all the autistic people in existence in the media. Yeah, and it's a holistic actor. It's an actor who doesn't have autism. Yeah, interesting.
And he also falls into the category of what I refer to by the name that I've heard in another series. It was a period piece, and they used to call it that, the genius idiot. And it irks me to no end.
Yeah. He's not an idiot. His brain just operates in a different way. So yeah, it's really irritating that you refer to him that way.
The reason I use that phrase is because he is genius in one category, and then he's an idiot in another category. And autism just doesn't work like that. I always say that my IQ is a curve. Like, I can be down to 7 when I just woke up, and I can go up pretty high when I get to talking about something that interests me.
Yeah.
But then brain goes burr, and I'm down to 75 again because I forgot that one word that refers to that one thing, and just he's not good at autistic rap is what I'm saying, and I don't want to aggravate myself. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was fine. I absolutely agree. Autism is how do I phrase this? With autism, you often have a special interest. So there's this one specific category or topic that you know lots and lots about, and sometimes, but not always, other things you don't have so much knowledge about. Hyperfixation is similar to a special interest. The main difference is a special interest. You will have, you might have it for years, whereas a hyperfixation might be a couple days or so. But yeah, a special interest and a hyperfixation are quite similar. A special interest is, such an intense like for something that it almost becomes a part of the personality. Not quite, but not far off for some people. So I know an autistic person whose special interest is elephants, and they've loved elephants since they were a child. They have many elephant themed toys and their phone cases and just elephants virtually everywhere in the house. And I've been on many safaris and stuff to see elephants because it's not animal similar to, just specifically elephants for that person. I feel like I'm describing this in a really bad way. I'm sorry if I am.
Actually, I was just typing something out for Dacia, but I feel like I could say it out loud and it will refer to what you're saying. So there's basically, from my understanding and from my life, there are two kinds of hyperfixations, or special interests, as you call them. The one that you refer to as a special interest is the prolonged thing. So that would be, I don't know, I like writing. I will write today, I will write tomorrow, I will leave it for a long time, and then I will go back to writing because that is something that entices me. Same goes for D&D. It's like my crack cocaine, okay? I cannot describe it otherwise. And I will fall off my bandwagon. I have left it for 8 years, and then somebody enticed me and I'm back. And then there's the hyperfixation, that is for a prolonged period of time of doing just the one thing. I have fallen so deep down the rabbit hole of translating that I forgot to eat. I forgot to do anything else. I was just sitting by my computer going ta 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 ta. One of my screens was the OG text. The screen in front of me was what I was doing. Somebody had to come and tap me on the shoulder and be like, "You've been at this for 10 straight hours. Don't you need to at least go to the bathroom?"
Yeah.
And then I remembered, yes, actually, I am a human being that has bodily functions, and one of them is growling stomach.
Yeah. So that is what hyperfixation is.
Yes.
That it's almost like a sprint. Seems like Dan's having technical issues. But yeah, that's what I was trying to get at when I was explaining the hyperfixation. They tend to be much shorter for a couple of days maximum, generally. Yeah. I forgot to read chat, so I'm going to scroll up. Yeah, Good Doctor doesn't seem like good rep. Stereotypes play into it. People who don't understand social cookies are idiots. I always thought of it as prolonged. Dacia, was that when you said I always thought of it as a prolonged fixation, was that special interest or hyperfixation?
That was before the whole tangent that I went on started,
Okay.
and that was actually my answer to that question.
Right, okay. Cool. Alright. Let's open the floor again to anyone who has any disability topics.
Bill, can I bring up a question?
Yeah, sure.
So lately I've been reading Game of Thrones, and I mean, there's two main characters that are that have some kind of disability. Bran, who's in a wheelchair, or recently put in a wheelchair, and then Tyrion, he's a dwarf. I'm not sure if that counts as a disability. I think it does. But like one thing is, yeah, dwarfism. So I'm wondering, how do you guys feel about like bullying in the portrayal of, I guess, disabilities? Because both characters get a lot of hate from other characters in like the books, and as I'm rereading it, I'm kind of it's kind of think there's a lot of bullying. Bran is bullied by the other kids. He's called broken, this and that. Tyrion, he's obviously hated by his siblings. And I was watching an interview where there's a scene where Joffrey, the annoying little kid, he puts up a show full of other people with dwarfism, like reenacting a play, and they're all playing like foolish characters just to make his uncle uncomfortable. So I'm wondering, how do you guys feel about when disability is used as a bullying point for characters? Or I'm trying to think what's a better way to like I'm trying to think. Yeah, because I feel like scenes like that do make some people uncomfortable. And I guess my question is, maybe, sorry if you guys have anything to put. I'm still trying to figure out how to refine my question.
May I?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like it depends on how the bullying is portrayed, because take the Big Bang Theory, for instance. There's Sheldon. He is heavily autism coded, and he is the butt of every joke. And not in like a poor little bean kind of way, but in a like, look at this dumb person kind of way. Like, we are not laughing because the people bullying him are stupid. We're laughing because we are participating in the bullying. So if I very slowly getting to my point. If we are supposed to feel for the character being bullied, that's a good. If we're supposed to feel for the people bullying him, that's a bad.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because Sheldon, they would be making fun of him, whereas with Bran and Tyrion, you're supposed to feel sympathetic for them.
I actually did not see a single episode of Game of Thrones because character deaths on screen are something of my personal kryptonite. So I stay very far away from it. But from the way you described it, I feel like we were supposed to be rooting for him to get away from this bully of a person, which is a good.
I mean, it's a spoiler, but it's also a fun one. The annoying kid dies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the kid that everybody hates. Again, I am never going to read or watch it because of reasons. So spoil away.
Yeah. I mean, you already knew it. It's the kid everyone hates.
Yeah, because the whole internet collectively gave a standing ovation when he finally croaked.
Okay. But okay, that's a good point. So yeah, it depends if you're supposed to be sympathetic or if it's just being made to make fun of. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Does anyone else have any like opinions on the topic? I'm trying to think. 'Cause, yeah, I feel like outside of Game of Thrones, I haven't really seen that a lot on TV, where it's like, you see bullying of like kids or other people with disabilities. Like I'm trying to think, like in Malcolm in the Middle, he is a really funny character, but he's treated like a normal kid. And it's funny because there's one scene where Malcolm, his best friend, is kind of like punking on him, but it's because they're best friends, and then they take it as like, oh, Malcolm's bullying the kid in a wheelchair. So then some kids are like feel bad, so they beat up Malcolm. If you guys have seen Malcolm in the Middle, it's a pretty funny show.
It's on my list.
But yeah, I haven't seen too much, I think, in media. People with disabilities getting like just bullied straight on. Maybe in Rain Man there was bullying. I don't remember too well.
Rain Man was one of the best representations of like a heavily autistic characters in media, and I applaud the movie for it because he was not made out to be someone to be either pitied or looked down upon. And for me, the message of the movie is look at this person, think about what the accommodations for them should be, and accommodate because they have this problem that they're dealing with as best they can. And we need to, as a society, to not ostracize him.
Yeah, I definitely get that from the ending, especially when like Tom Cruise's character wants to take care of him, but he realizes like he just can't. So he
Dustin
has
Hoffman. It's not Tom Cruise, it's Dustin Hoffman.
No. Tom Cruise plays his brother.
No. Dustin Hoffman is the brother. Tom Cruise is the Rain Man, I think.
Wait. No, Dustin Hoffman.
To IMDb.
But yeah, if no one has anything else to add to the topic, then I don't mind moving on to. I think what Rainbow Eden mentioned, pretty good.
What was the? Sorry. What was the initial thing?
Oh, my initial question. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Go.
Initial question. You go.
So my original question was like, how does everyone feel about the bullying when it comes to disabled characters in media? Because I feel it's not seen too often, and then trying to think, I guess it's seen more as like, making fun of the disability versus seeing a character actually like getting bullied for it. Because it does make people uncomfortable. And I cited like Game of Thrones. There are scenes that made Peter Dinklage uncomfortable to film because it made fun of dwarfism. Not made fun of it, but his character Tyrion was bullied, and he felt obviously very sympathetic for it. I'm just curious what people's opinions are on bullying.
Okay.
It's just such a weird topic because it's bullying characters in fiction.
Yeah,
Or,
let me think. All right, I
or
don't know what you
examples
said.
of it.
I zoned out really, really hard. But I will say that I think it's fun to portray bullying as long as, yeah, like Paul said, as long as like it's the bullying that's portrayed as like bad and not like the bullyee, the victim, that is like we're making fun of the victim for being the way they are, which often we do see in media even without disability, because it's like, he's a nerd, look at him do nerd things kind of thing. And it's like meant to be comedic when the bullies like bully them. While we're supposed to like pity this character, at the same time we're supposed to laugh at them for, existing. So I guess I'm thinking that if that's how a character, a victim who is disabled, is also portrayed, then no thank you. It's already shit to have that without the disability, so why do it when they do have a disability? Like, both bad, both pretty bad. Makes it seem like the victim kind of like we're supposed to laugh and pity the victim at the same time, like it's so pathetic kind of thing. And so, like, when you have a character bully a disabled character or bully a character in general, the bullying should be portrayed as, like, the bad thing. Just like the bully should be portrayed as the pathetic one or something like that. Just like, it's a bad
Okay.
thing. Portray it like a bad thing. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Lasagna.
Thank you. Yeah. I'd agree with what everyone says, I think. Any other thoughts?
I kind of disagree a little bit with what Dacia wrote in the chat, because at the end of the day, the bullies are also just people. And I guess I'm biased a little bit. I just like it when everybody gets a backstory. I know it takes long, but like, why is the bully doing this? And if we portray that as well, we can stop the problem at its roots. Like, this boy was raised by raging bigots, therefore he's mean to the black guy, kind of thing. Off the top of my head, on the nose example. I said bigots, I meant racists.
But yeah, I love when bullies also get their own backstories. Like, it doesn't excuse their actions, and they don't have to get like a fucking redemption story, but it's also like there's nuance to the topic. And like, while it doesn't have to be shown in like every media, I appreciate it when it is shown.
Zootopia, the moment when the fox bully guy apologized to Judy, and she took the apology, and she didn't say she forgives him, but she obviously understood that he has grown as a person, even though it was in her eyes that she's not going to forgive him for the years of torment he put her through. I felt that so deep in my heart, like, yes, that's a good message for kids.
Good shit. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, it's nice when we like add nuance to a topic that a lot of kids like go through. So it's nice for them to see that sort of message. Like, you don't have to forgive them. You don't really have to do anything. But also, like, they're also people kind of thing. just like you're both people. There's always something going on somewhere. It's nice to give kids a sort of perspective on things because like they need to learn they need to learn how to sympathize or understand other people kind of thing because honestly we lack that in our everyday lives. People are just nasty little guys who cannot see anything.
On the other
So
side of the coin, we also need to learn that some people are unredeemable POSs.
yep, you also need to learn that you don't have to forgive and you don't have to forget. And you don't have to tolerate either. You can just walk the fuck away and be like, fuck that guy, though.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very cool. Bye.
Cool. Welcome. Good luck. Yeah, let's open up the floor again. If anyone wants to talk about a character with disability, either that they're writing or that they've seen in the media recently, now's your chance. Okay then, in that case, I have a backup script. I have a script that we haven't read. I don't think we've read. I can't remember us reading it. While this workshop was in the planning phase, Nacho sent me a couple of scripts that have disability in them. There was one on the blacklist. I can't remember when he said it, what year it was. Let's see if I can check quickly. I feel like it's 2020. It's called Wheels Come Off. I'm going to share it on the screen if I remember how. Not like that.
Oh my god, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I mentioned Shira and I remembered another character who is also disabled. Coded. Anyway, okay. Entrapta from Shira, Princesses of Power. She is autistic coded. For sure, definitely. She is best girl. She became friends. Wait, oops, I can't spoil anything. Oopsie. Okay, alright. Let me just Princesses of Power. There you go.
When you were
She
talking about
Princesses of Power.
disabled characters,
Huh?
Sorry.
What do you say? Sorry.
That's it.
Joe.
I have another character. Wait, I have another character. Dead End. Wait, is that what it's called? Cartoon. What is it fucking called? Yeah, it's called Dead End. So, Dead End, Paranormal Park. There is a character, I think her name is Norma. She is, I think, most, explicitly autistic. There's a lot. We got some autistic characters today. Let me type that. I'm so sorry. I interrupted you, Eden. Keep talking.
Yeah, when you were talking about the redemption arcs and how stupid they are, okay, how do I keep this spoiler free? There is a recent, very popular movie that is named after an insect, and it is not Spider-Man. and there is a character who is A, disabled, B, a villain, and C, gets the stupidest redemption arc I have ever seen in the history of ever, and the only thing excusing that stupid redemption arc is the fact that it's Ant-Man and it's meant to be cheesy as pizza sauce. And that's all I'm gonna say. If you want me to elaborate with the spoilery things, there's like 2 things.
Okay, to what Paul said, redemption arcs aren't stupid, but you gotta admit a lot of them are written very shittily. I'll be honest with you.
He's
Like
not
they're
wrong.
not dumb. I love redemption arcs for certain like characters that I enjoy. Bad redemption arcs are stupid, exactly, and a lot of them are written fucking badly.
Yeah, usually sometimes, especially in children's media, they just kiss and make up.
No, children's media. Well, okay, children's media can do good things. Don't
Yes, but you know, I am old, and I am remembering things from my childhood when it was Captain Planet and Power Rangers and these kinds of things, and especially in Captain Planet, they just usually made the bad guys realize the error of their ways. And they were like, "Oh, I did not know stealing was wrong. Here's your money back. I will repent now. Please, Mr. Officer, sir, put the cuffs on me. I will sit voluntarily in jail."
I don't usually see that in children's media, but what I do see is the villain doing something pretty egregious, and then they like help you once, and everyone's like, "All right, we're good, buddy."
Yeah, that too.
Or like you see, no, I wasn't in control of my own actions. I was being controlled by a darker force. That's what was happening. I didn't do any of that stuff, which I think is just a cop out sometimes, and I don't really appreciate that trope at all. Oh god, if you hear a bunch of crashing, people are just really loud in the kitchen sometimes. A weird trope that I don't appreciate because it's like character loses their agency, does a bunch of evil shit, and then it's just like, well, now what?
Dacia also made a very good point, I think. "I killed people, but I'm sorry." And everybody is like, pats, yeah, we forgive you.
Yeah. And like My Little Pony. I love My Little Pony to death, but they imprisoned a 5-year-old. Okay.
They did what now?
What happened?
I'm sorry, I am scarred by bronies. I've never seen My Little Pony but they did what now?
Okay, My Little Pony is a very good show. Their villain redemption arcs are pretty good. They don't redeem all the villains, they just redeem the ones they think have something in them that can be redeemed. With the power of friendship and all that shit. Very good. Discord, good boy. Though I figured out that a lot of people hate him because he's annoying, but I love him. And then there's what are oh shit, I forgot this guy. Oh, Starlight Glimmer. Literal fucking communist. A communist who we had a communist pony.
There was a cult in it. They had, like,
She was a
equal
cultist.
symbols.
Yeah, she was a cultist. We had a literal cultist pony, and then they redeemed her, and she had the dumbest backstory ever. But she's a really good character after that, so I don't know what to say.
Note to self: get into My Little Pony PDQ.
Yeah,
Just
it's
turn on
great.
safe search and you should be good.
Oh my god, it was so funny. But also, she's a really good character after that, so I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. But then there's fucking Cozy Glow. This little child who's manipulative, like a two other big bads who are not 5-year-olds. It was fucking ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, that was very funny. In any case, My Little Pony, usually great. I feel like it has. Does it have disabled characters? I want to get back on topic, but now I'm just like, does My
I
Little
feel
Pony
like there was one in a
disabled
wheelchair kind of thing.
characters? Whoa,
What
Sorry.
happened there?
whoa.
I think my voice might have gone too high and passed to another dimension and went out of Joel's.
I don't
Mike.
think there was any.
There
Ding,
was
ding, ding.
Oh, I remembered another disabled character from another franchise. Okay, I'm gonna type it.
on fire
Hold on.
today in lasagna.
Legendary. Oops. So there's Voltron with Shiro, who has a prosthetic limb,
Speaking of
but-
prosthetic limbs, are we forgetting Bucky Barnes, who was
Yeah.
brainwashed into killing, has a prosthetic, and is also a victim of PTSD?
Oh, ooh, right. Can I also can you also include stuff like mental
Yeah,
illnesses in there?
100%.
It's like Shiro has fucking PTSD. Yes, he does. PTSD.
Dachia's got my back. She found a picture of the pony in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, I ain't never see this guy. Oh, that's a nice fucking. It's a nice design for a wheelchair. Kind of funky. I ain't never see this man in my life. So there's like this background pony who they sometimes bring to the forefront in certain episodes. Like, I mean, they have little visual gags with her, and then there's the 100th episode that gets like that actually gives her speaking lines, and she exists because the 100th episode was just a fan service episode. It was amazing, by the way. And her name is Derpy Hooves, or Muffins, as they tried to rebrand her when the fucking soccer moms came to attack. She has wall eyes, or like has lazy eyes. She has funky little eyes just like me, and I love her. I don't know if she actually has a disability or anything, but she does have funky little eyes that made me go, wow,
Yeah,
just
me
like
too.
And I looked at her and I was like, that's me on the
remember that
screen. I'm that
character.
little pony. Anyway,
Also, there's the
Right.
pink. No, the yellow one with pink hair
Oh,
and like a
oh.
swoop, and I think she has social anxiety.
oh yeah, Fluttershy. Okay, I have 2 more characters because I just remembered Scootaloo can't fucking fly because her wings are too small. Underdeveloped limbs. Boom, more characters. Let me write that down.
Oh my.
Lasagna, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but you might need a drink of water.
I do.
I changed
getting
the permissions on the document so that you can comment. I'm gonna change it to editor, but because it's online, I don't want people to like destroy the document. But you should be able to add stuff there hypothetically. I don't know if that will work or not.
Okay. Send it again. Send the link again.
Will. I got it right here.
Wait, thank you.
Man, Paul and Zach are fighting. Oh my god.
Wait, what?
They're fighting about redemption. I
Oh.
think they're gonna fist fight.
Friendly debate. Good.
A friendly debate hides the boxing gloves.
Oh, no, that's not an actual episode in My Little Pony, Dachia. That is a fan-made animation called
Right,
Snowdrop.
yeah, I forgot about that. I just
But-
remember it being like a thing online I saw.
Which isn't entirely good representation. I mean, like,
Oh.
visually it is not. They did that whole thing where they have faded eyes, and I was like, I don't know about that. But yeah,
Oh,
but it's okay. I mean, no offense to I don't think the creator of Snowdrop's ever gonna watch this, but I liked Snowdrop, I swear. But if they ever do, I don't know. I'm worried about people who are actually on YouTube. I'm gonna type in the document.
Made like a long time.
It was made a long time ago. That is true. Oops. I guess you're just gonna have to format this correctly, Joel.
You know what?
Oh, I'm just trying to type in the document. I can't get the funny bullet point, so you're gonna have to do that.
Paul, I am yoinking that GIF. That GIF is mine now.
Yeah, I like that gift too.
Casually stealing gift.
I have no idea what Liz. Oh yeah, I can see you typing. Cool. And because I know it's you, I shall try at least to make you an editor. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I won't.
And then, sorry, I make that noise sometimes. I'm sorry.
You could. What we're going to do is I have a script for us to read. That was on a blacklist. I'm going to roll this on and put all the characters down. I'm going to figure out who says lines. I will do a sort of table reads.
I volunteer as tribute.
I would
I
also
was
like
thinking
to.
about movie the other day. Oh,
what, Hunger Games?
yeah. I have no idea why.
Didn't that also have a disabled character? No, the books did. They made
Oh.
Katniss deaf in one ear, I think. But
Oh, for real?
There was another character who
they
was deaf.
really.
Yeah, one of the old woman, I think. Was she deaf or
I don't know.
mute?
I've never seen or read it. I just know a lot about stuff.
Mhm.
I'm just aware of the media.
No, I am a walking, talking trivia book.
Lasagna, you're not getting cancelled, don't worry.
And so one of them was mute. One of the survivors.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I couldn't remember if it was deaf or mute.
Yeah. Oh, it could be either or actually. I just
I'm
remember
pretty sure
she
it
would
was
like.
mute.
Guys, this is why we have Google. So
Wow.
Right. I keep forgetting that site exists.
That
Just go straight to IMDb.
IMDb?
International?
IMDb.
No, not international. International.
IMDb, International Movie Database.
Yeah, it is international. I can't
International
remember what the
movie
I stood for.
Also, I am sorry, Dacia, if I sounded condescending with my Google comment. I don't go to Google personally because I have a habit of falling down rabbit holes. So anytime I need something Googled, I'm like, fiance, Google this for me so I don't fall down something.
I love
I
that.
don't know. What do I do?
well, personally, I love going down rabbit holes and wasting my fucking time, but you know what? Fair enough.
You know what? Wasting your time.
Wasting your
great.
time is great, but again, I can do it for 8 straight hours and forget to eat. So I tend to stay away from that kind of temptation.
I'm okay with that. I'll forget to exist. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta forget that you have a body. It's fine.
It's fine, and then you forget to eat for 3 days and faint in your friend's kitchen.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's good. Oh boy. Right then. Let's do a table read. I
Yeah.
forgot that this was a thing that we did in workshops, that like we read professional scripts. Like I forgot that was a whole thing until today. Like literally as I was reading out my PowerPoint, I'm like, oh yeah, that's something that we're meant to be doing. And I remember the script that Nacho sent me,
And
and it's
never
called
did it.
Wheels Come Off. Let me send this. I will put it in chat. And in a second we'll give out counterparts. Did that work? Yes, it did. Okay, so PDF is in chat. It will also be on the screen share. And let's start handing out parts. Remember, you get coins for reading. I don't think.
Can I volunteer?
I don't think we'll get very far in it, but we'll see. Right. Who wants to be the protagonist and have the most parts?
I'll be cool with that.
Who's at the Dacia?
But to be fair, Eden was saying first, so unless Eden.
I'm okay with. I'm looking for it. I think like Tony has a lot of lines as well.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll read
Cool.
the first part.
Anyone for Kana? Kana. Does no one want to read? Oh, this reading isn't going to go well. Lasagna, do you want to read? Are you happy to read?
She has disappeared.
Yeah, everyone's just gone.
No, I'm still here.
Paul, you up for reading?
Sure. Get my glasses on.
Wait,
Cool.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Zach, are you up for reading?
I think that her stuff is bugging. Her Discord's always messing up.
Alright. Yeah, my Discord crashed earlier. That's why we had that weird echo thingy.
There was some kind of problem with Discord because they have all bunch of new updates, and for the whole day yesterday it changed like the font a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah, I don't know what Discord's doing. They're just changing everything. Makes no sense. We just need two more people to play parts. 2 people.
I could read if you need people. How many pages are we gonna go through?
As many as we can. I estimate 20, but that could change. So, thank you, Kevin. Kev. You have got Carla, and I will take direction. Ideally, I'd rather not, but hey. So, and then we'll cast more parts if we get far enough. What I should do for 25 pages.
Oops, sorry.
Alright, cast list is down there. And we will start soon. Trademark soon. Yeah. I've not actually read the script. I didn't know there was a song part. But yeah.
Okay, good.
If I had a tune, I could sing it.
It's up to you. If you want to sing, then that's cool. If you don't, then that's cool.
Oh, I don't know the song.
Yeah, it's fine. We don't want if we sing too well, we might get in trouble with YouTube if it sounds too accurate. Alright then. Rules, come on.
Highest praise available, getting cancelled by YouTube copyright.
Yeah, copyright strike for being good.
Yeah. You know how Twitch is, just like kick us off. Oh, I should probably give you some kind of description. What did Nacho say? He phrased it well. He said, there's a pretty good script from last year's Blacklist. So this is 2022, I assume. It's called Wheels Come Off by Chris Gautier. Sorry if I said that name wrong. It's about a family dealing with disability after the end of civilization. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. And she said, the only thing I disliked about it was the writer mentions like 20 obscure indie songs in the script. And it's annoying because I'm not going to stop reading to go and look up some song I've never heard of. So, yeah. Let's read it. Wheels Come Off. Written by Chris Gautier. Inspired by this writer and her disabled mother making their way through an inaccessible world. Some apocalypse added for seasoning. Over Black.
Tony, shuffle Abuela's playlist.
Soundtrack. You Get What You Give by New Radicals. Cut to sequence. A pair of legs sneak past Wills, then exit an apartment. Legs briskly walk down a dilapidated hallway and stairs. A leg punts a bicycle kickstand and sets off pedaling. Exterior, street, night. Manuela Cortez, Latina, 16 going on 54. Face looks older than it should, aged by years of misfortune. Zigzags while biking down barren streets. She bops her head to the music on her headphones and mouths words without saying them aloud.
So I feel like she doesn't have to say
Yeah,
them.
she doesn't have. Okay, that's. So should I say these parts or not? Because she's just mouthing them along.
Fine. We'll let you off this time.
Okay.
She may be a teenager, but
Good.
she's already racked up about 7 decades worth of bullshit that has made her grow up too fast, too soon. She takes it all in stride. It's only made her astute. Manuela wears scavenged clothes that don't fit quite right. A tattered bit of rope is repurposed as a belt. The bottom of her insanely oversized jeans are tucked inside her mismatched socks to stop them from getting stuck in the wheels. This is one of her rare moments of freedom. From a bag on her shoulder, we see Tony, a 2-foot robot with the same expressive abilities as Wally, but ranking even higher on the lovable scale. Peek his head out, looking curiously at the world zipping by. He bops to the music too. Interior, various houses, night. A window shatters. Manuela's towel-wrapped hand sneaks through the hole in the glass and unlocks the door, then steps inside. Tony scans the alley, making sure they're alone. Manuela ransacks the kitchen. She rifles through cupboards and drawers, filling her backpacks with what she deems worthy. Tony searches a living room, a pen, a stick of gum, a toy. He opens the back of a remote. The batteries have corroded. He throws the remote in his makeshift storage pouch anyway. Exterior alley night. Manuela and Tony are flush to the wall. A thin white cord is wrapped around her hands. It holds up the partially smashed mirror they hide behind. The mirror tilts at a slight angle, reflecting the floor, giving the illusion that no one is there.
Don't you dare make a beep. 3, 2, 1.
A car modified to run on solar batteries speeds down the street. 2 men sit inside. A spotter sits on the chair bolted to the roof. He holds a sharp machete-type tool. These are who Manuela calls wheelers, white men of all ages with identical tattoos. They're self-appointed vanilla ISIS, the Al-Qaeda militia type, who have taken over the area.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Another car. She lowers the mirror carefully but fast, then counts down from 10 while pushing her bike across the street. They hide in another alley just as a third car comes. Interior, house, number 4. Kitchen, later. Manuela is atop the kitchen. Atop the counter, digging through high shelves.
Son, come here.
Tony wheels into the kitchen.
What did you find, Ella?
Hey, It's been years, dude. Seems kind of weird though. Is it good?
Allow me to scan it.
Manuela jumps down from the counter and holds the jar in front of Tony. He scans the jar. A beat. He's processing.
The honey is crystallized. Crystallized honey is safe to eat. It simply needs to be heated until it's clear and golden again.
Oh, best news I've heard all year.
Interior, house number 4, home office, night. Manuela thumbs book spines and picks out 2 that stand out. Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood, and one about foraging called Edible Wild Plants. She throws them in her bag. Manuela opens desk drawers. Nothing. She settles in on the comfy chair and stares at the TV on the wall. The TV comes alive. On screen, a 1950s black and white scene, similar to I Love Lucy or Dick Van Dyke. It's an over-the-top, old-timey sitcom. Interior 1950s living room, day, fantasy. Manuela enters with her hair tied in a ponytail, adorned with a bow. She wears a tailored and ironed school uniform.
Mama, I'm home. I can't speak Spanish. FYI.
No worries. Carla is Kev.
In the kitchen, darling.
Interior 1950s kitchen, continuous fantasy. Carla Nunez, 36, Latina with a magnetism that instantly yanks you into her orbit, dressed as the epitome of a white 50s housewife, buzzes around, walking briskly and with pep.
Hi, sweetheart. How's school?
Mother, it was swell. I made the honor roll again.
My bright girl. This deserves a celebration. I'll make you your favorite, biscuits and honey.
What a coincidence. I stopped at the market and grabbed us some honey on the way.
You always think of everything.
Will Daddy-O be joining us?
He's working late. Ain't that a bite?
He's always working late.
But I'm here, and the 2 of us is all we need, isn't it?
It is.
Why don't you put a record on and we'll dance while dinner is going?
Any preference?
One of your abuela's records with Jazz My Berries.
I'm right on it. What?
Interior 1950s living room, continuous fantasy. Manuela flicks through the vinyls next to the record player. They're all artists and albums from the late 90s and through the noughties. She picks a vinyl and plays it on the phonograph. Soundtrack, Shake It by Metro Station. After the first few notes, Carla twirls into the living room. They dance intricate Lindy Hop and swing steps. They move, shake, spin, jump, and laugh without a care in the world. A loud rhythm, thump, 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 bangs over the music, but the women don't seem to hear it. Thump, thump, thump. Interior, house number 4, home office, night. Reveal. Tony revs forward and bangs against the wooden leg of the chair that Manuela has fallen asleep on. Manuela startles awake.
Sunrise is in 17 minutes, Ella.
Manuela shoots to her feet and hastily picks up Tony with one hand and her bag with the other. She does her best to stuff him into the backpack safely while running to the door. Exterior, street, dawn. Soundtrack, Dakota by Stereophonics. Manuela pedals furiously down the street. Engines rev nearby. Her eyes go wide. She bikes down full speed into an alley, jumps off a bike and hides behind an overturned dumpster. Wheelers do the morning rounds. There's a flatbed truck with the phrase, "Thou shalt cut off the hand of a thief." Morley 37 verse 19 painted on it. A bus stop bench with an advertisement for Cortex Robotics is drilled into the truck bed with a haphazardly put together and misspelled wooden sign that reads "Thieves" hanging over it. 4 beaten and bruised people, 3 men, 1 woman, are strapped to the bench. Eric Haynes, 30s, white, skinny but menacing, tattooed. His ring and little fingers were sloppily cut off years ago. Always whistling the tune of the Killers, Mr. Brightside. Stands in the back and tapped between one of the man's hands.
It's just. Is this like song lyrics or not? Am I wrong?
Oh, no, we're not.
Okay. Right, left, right, left, right hand, left. You a righty or lefty? So I know which one to cut first.
A teenager pops his head out of the window. Eric, hey Eric, want to do another lap or should we take these crooks back to Morley? Also, that's still me. The truck drives past where Manuela and Antonio are hiding. Exterior, early continuous.
Battery crit.
Manuela's hand flies over Tony's speaker to muffle it. Muffle
Hiya.
it.
Equally low.
Exterior continue. Just so you know, when there's like these like the dialogues next to each other, it means it should be spoken at the same time. Exterior street continuous. Eric slaps a man in the face before responding.
Morley will look like a morning present. Y'all go back, drop me off.
Exterior alley continuous. All the cars pass. Manuela holds and waits for silence to take over the city once again. It's safe. She exhales.
Can I get us
Battery
coffee?
critically low.
I heard you the first time. I charged you right before we left.
You did. Running diagnostics.
What? What,
Battery
you know the
health
issue?
poor. Battery
health
needs
poor.
replacing.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Manuela jumps back on her bike and pedals away. Exterior back alley morning. Manuela looks around, making sure the coast is clear and doesn't see anyone. She pulls back several slats of wood and sneaks into the alley, then closes the entrance behind her. Reveal. Eric watches from the shadows while whistling. Interior apartment dawn. Manuela tiptoes in, shoes in hand. She pulls Tony from a bag. His battery indicator blinks red. She plugs him into the long cord connected to the solar bank built by the window.
What does Soto mean? Quick question.
To self.
Oh. Get breakfast started. Try not to bang around for a change. He's sleeping.
It also
I'll
means
do my
quietly.
best, Ella.
Oh, and water the coffee down even more. We barely have any left. We're going to have to go out further tomorrow to see if we can find some.
Water to coffee ratio modified 85 to 15%.
Tony heads for the kitchen. Manuela heads for the bedroom. Interior apartment hallway. Dawn. Manuela stands in the very narrow hallway and carefully twists the doorknob. She's about to step inside when a series of loud clanks coming from the kitchen reverberate through the apartment. Manuela still mumbles under her breath.
You snuck out again, shithead.
Interior apartment bedroom. Dawn. Real life Carla, 36, stares from bed. This Carla, hang on, I've got a phone call. Can someone take over reading quickly?
Like action lines, or
If nobody's opposed, I could, I think.
Alright, you want to read the next one?
That would be... Oh, kind of lost my place a little bit.
Let's go from after you snuck out, shared.
Sorry, really sorry about that. I'm
Okay.
back. I'm back.
Yeah,
sorry.
we didn't get far, so
We didn't know where you left.
we are lost without you.
Interior apartment bedroom dawn. Did I do that? Wait.
No.
Real life car. I'll go from there. Real life Carla, 36, stares from bed. Miss Carla is more worn than who we saw in the retro fantasy. She may be tattered on the outside, but she has raging even, lightning storms behind her eyes, and more will to live than anyone you've ever met.
I told him to be quiet because you were sleeping. Sorry.
Carla opens her arms and kisses her head when she nuzzles in.
Been up for hours.
Oh, nights are way better.
Nights are more dangerous.
If anything happens to me, you'll
If
find out. I know.
I'll never find out.
I'm sorry, Mark. It's just so much faster when it's dark.
Those assholes also drive around more when it's dark.
The only type of butthead with a set of Hot Wheels I know about is you.
Fucking ha. Don't do it again. We're a team. We go together. Please.
We found honey.
The real thing?
Well, it looks janky, but Tom says it's good. Just have to heat it up or whatever. I was gonna surprise you, but he's as light as a bomb.
Time to get up anyway.
You could sleep more.
I'm good. Come on, let's go. It's shower day. We're both getting rank. Mostly you.
Manuela scoffs while reaching for a beat-up pair of modified roller skates. The boots of the shoe have been removed, leaving only the sole and the wheels. In lieu of a boot part, there are homemade straps to keep the feet in place. Why can't I read today? Manuela places the skates on the bed, then removes the covers from Carla's bare legs. She helps Carla sit up, then repositions her so that her legs are dangling off the side. She straps the skates to Carla's feet, then turns to kneel on the floor, right across from Carla. Carla wraps her arms around Manuela's neck. Manuela puts her hands over Carla's arms, holding her in place.
Ready for takeoff?
Ready, Houston?
Manuela fakes rocket launch noises as she stands. She walks toward the door on the far wall, dragging Carla behind her. They reach the bedroom door. Manuela forgot to open it.
I have to take one hand off. Hold on.
Carla tightens her grip around Manuela's neck. Manuela leans forward ever so slightly to open the door, and it sets off a chain reaction. Carla's unresponsive legs push backwards and she rolls away. The momentum pulls Manuela back too. Before Manuela can stop it, they're on the floor. Manuela rushes to check Carla's body for any injuries.
Are you okay? Does anything hurt?
Carla devolves into a fit of laughter.
I'm gonna assume that something's
Oh,
broken.
sorry. It's been a while since we ate it.
My perfect track record ruined. It's your job to remind me to open the door before we do this. This is your fault.
I barely slept. Not in top shape because you decided to leave in the middle of the night. Technically, it's your fault.
Don't accept that narrative.
They exchange looks and laugh. Manuela reaches up to open a bathroom door that's barely wide enough to fit a person.
Door open. Attempt number 2. No dragging me down with you this time.
I feel like dragging you down with me is my only mission in life.
Manuela ignores those words and readjusts Carla's limp legs.
It's going to be trickier from the floor than from the bed, so extra tight grip, Mark, okay?
Carla nods and tightens her arms around Manuela's neck. Manuela presses her hands against Carla's before she strains to rise to her feet, but on the move again. Interior apartment bathroom continuous. Manuela walks halfway to the toilet, then turns to face away from it, and begins to walk backwards instead.
How's that?
Ready, center?
Okay, putting you down.
Carla lands on the seat. Manuela removes the skates. She grabs a toothbrush and strains out a drop of toothpaste from the empty tube. Carla brushes her teeth. Manuela passes a bucket. Carla places it on her lap. Manuela gives her a water cup.
I'll go warm water for the bath.
Make sure RoboCop makes it hot. It's freezing in here.
Interior apartment kitchen continuous. This tiny one-bedroom is a showcase in Manuela's ingenuity. Everything is stored at wheelchair height, and what can't be is MacGyvered into being accessible regardless. There's gadgets like a Rube Goldberg machine that pours a glass of water from the makeshift filtration tank set up by the window. The space is designed to maximize Carla's independence in every way. A metal cup is dropped, clanking loudly to the tile floor. Manuela picks it up, then walks to the ramp that allows Tony to get from the floor to the counters with ease. Manuela playfully flicks him in the head as he rolls towards her.
Way to be quiet. Can we get some hot water going? It's shower day.
Yes, Ella.
Tony starts their makeshift hot plate coil stove apparatus. Manuela opens a cupboard and pulls out one of the 2 cans of brown raisin bread left in the cupboard. That and a half-eaten can of Spam is all that's left. Manuela looks worried.
If we slice each can of bread into 10 slices, how bad is that?
Normal caloric intake for the average human is 2,000 calories. The bread is 1,040 calories per can. 1,040 divided by 10 would be 104 calories per slice. I estimate there are about 6 ounces of Spam left. That would put each cube at about 27 calories. For the past week, you and Carla have had 2 slices of bread and 2 cubes of Spam per day as your sole meal. Estimated daily caloric intake 262 calories. At current consumption rate, there are 5 days left of food. If rations are cut in half, there are 10 days left of food.
Manuela sighs and lets her head hang between her shoulders.
With the garden still messed up, we need to get better at finding stuff.
Manuela sniffs the bread. She's disgusted. She takes 3 slices and drops 2 into the beat-up makeshift toaster. A metal mesh wire cage with raggedy cables connected to one of the solar-powered batteries that lives next to the equally makeshift coil stove. Manuela waits for the toaster to work, but it does nothing. She tries again. It's dead.
Piece of garbage.
We'll go back to quadrant 1 of the perimeter.
Good will that do? Food doesn't magically appear in places we've already looked. We need to go further.
Your mother has clear instructions, no more than 6 blocks in any direction.
Yeah, well, we broke that rule a long time ago for a reason.
Honey, it's cold.
Water's still heating. What's the temp on that?
A slim, sharp piece of metal, a thermometer, protrudes from Tony's hand and dips into the pot of water.
107 degrees.
Good enough. Come on.
Manuela lifts Tony off the counter, puts him on the ground, then places a pot of hot water in his arms. He rolls away. Soundtrack. Espacio Sideral by Jesse and Joy. Interior, apartment, bathroom, later. Montage. Manuela rolls in wearing a dusty man's suit jacket. Her fingers pointed like a gun. She pretends she's a spy. And this is her mission. Carla humors it while shivering. Manuela helps Carla onto the makeshift bathtub lift, and with Tony's help on the pulley, gets Carla in the tub. Manuela helps scrub Carla's legs and back, washes her hair. Manuela and Tony pulley Carla out of the tub. Manuela helps Carla dress. Manuela uses the skates to get Carla out of the bathroom and onto the wheelchair that hangs out in the living room. The wheelchair is too wide to fit through any of the doors or be usable in the bedroom, so it lives out here. Interior, apartment, living room, morning. Carla wheels over to the table. Manuela enters with plates. Hers only has one slice of toast. Tony carries the drinks.
Warm the bread. Toast is busted. I'll fix it later. There's honey at least. And the spam's real crispy. How you like it?
Thanks, baby.
Tony lifts the drinks and spills a few drops on the table.
Way to go, Jarvis.
Tony likes Clara, at least as far as an AI can feel for its owners. Clara can't stand Tony. She pretends not to. Deep down she has a soft spot for him. He reminds her of things she'd rather not think of. She also never calls him Tony. The name has memories attached to it. Manuela sits. They bite the bread at the same time and gag.
Oh, that's nasty.
Well, that's good. Goddamn shit-tastic as last time.
Neither of them stops eating. It's all they have.
The honey helps.
Barely.
They laugh.
Better than nothing, right?
Better than nothing for sure.
Interior, apartment, living room, later. Carla stretches her arm to its absolute limit over the wheelchair armrest. She's trying to reach a small, colourful puzzle piece that lays on the ground.
Fuck my entire fucking life.
Manuela rolls her eyes, stands, takes the puzzle piece, hands it to Carla, then plops back onto her chair. The table is filled with old, tattered textbooks. She grabs her pencil stub and goes back to poring over equations. Carla sits across from her, breaking a completed puzzle so she can start it again.
Oh, this is fudging pointless.
Watch your mouth in school.
This is the living room, not school, and you just cursed twice. How come you get to curse all you want and I can't?
This is school during school hours. Teachers do whatever they want. Everyone knows that. Also, adults get to curse anytime they feel like it. You can start to throw fucks around when you're old enough to vote.
I don't know if you've missed something, but there hasn't been elections in 7 years, Ma.
In 7 years? That seems like a long time. What happened?
Manuela rolls her eyes and gets to work, but instantly snaps.
You can get up polynomials!
It all helps.
What, Ma?
The future, making things feel normal. I'm not having this fucking conversation again, Claudia Manuela. Get to it.
Do not full name me.
There's nothing wrong with your name.
2 old ladies jammed together to make one jumbo-sized
I like
grandma name. Think it that. The problem? Couldn't you guys name me or something normal like Zoe or Haley or Sarah?
Would Zoe do her homework? Because I'll call you whatever white name you want if it'll work.
No, just tell me what a polynomial is and how it helped with your future.
I'm not the one in high school.
Technically, neither am I.
You should be less complaining, more solving.
I hate this.
I know.
Interior, apartment, living room, later. Carla sits on the couch flipping through an old magazine. She reaches one of her shitty exercise diet articles with a headline, The 8 Secrets to Strong, Sexy, Healthy Legs.
Did you hear? All I need to do to get these babies in the sexiest of shapes is to go for high fiber carbs and do 100 squats a day.
Manuela ignores it. She sits in Carla's chair, racing Tony around the room to the finish line. She's drawn in chalk on the floor. She wins and celebrates. Carla closes the magazine.
Recess over. Grab your biology book.
Manuela grunts. Interior, apartment, living room, later. Carla lies on the couch with a copy of Oryx and Crake resting on her chest. Manuela reads the foraging book on the floor. Carla finishes the last page just as Manuela finishes the last page of hers. They wordlessly swap and start reading the other. Interior apartment next door. Rigged mini greenhouse. Afternoon. There's a makeshift watering system and mirrors that redirect streaks of sun to maximize the light the small batch of crops get. It's effective. At least it was when they had crops. The garden is very much infested at the moment, and as a result, it's dead. Leaves are curled and yellowed. The few crops are black. Manuela pulls out a small carrot from the soil, and a cutworm crawls out of one of the many holes it has made. Carla is doing her best to spray aphid bugs off the dead tomato plant.
Else to try? They keep coming back. Maybe we picked the wrong spot to grow this time?
Manuela starts to punch the table closer to the window.
Maybe we suck it up and eat it?
Do you want to eat the worm carrot?
I don't know why you're complaining. That's a serving of vegetable and protein. 2 for 1.
I'm not eating bugs.
Way to get picky during the end times.
Interior apartment kitchen night. Manuela sits on the floor next to Carla. The broken toaster is on her lap, and tools collected over years are in front of her. Tony assists. We chit-chat, laugh, and eat. Manuela plugs the toaster in. It worked. She happy dances. Carla smiles proud. Interior kitchen later. The trio teams up on the dishes, forming a near-perfect assembly line. Manuela washes, Carla dries, Tony stores. Carla cuts her finger drying a knife. It's shallow but bleeds.
Basically a paper cut.
Manuela reaches for a first aid kit. She opens it and is taken aback by how sparse it is. A thermometer, a gauze, and a couple squeezes of antiseptic cream, 2 band-aids. She plays it off, grabs a band-aid, and wraps it around Carla's finger. Interior apartment bedroom. Later. Manuela takes the skates off of Carla and tucks her in. She plugs Tony in to charge and then jumps in bed next to her mother.
Buenas noches, Manny.
Sweet dreams, Ma.
Manuela digs under the bed, pulls out a metal pen case and one of the dozens of beat-up notebooks that live down there. This one has The Many Lives of Manuela Cortez, volume 307, written in bold colours on the cover. She flips to the end of the pad. She has less than a handful of blank pages left. Manuela walks to the small closet in the room. The top 2 shelves are stacks of mismatched notebooks, carefully organised by volume. These are years' worth of writing. Each stack is labelled. They go back to volume 210, back to volume 210. There's a specific area labelled blanks. That part is empty.
Ah, poop.
She has so much action lines. She heads to bed, opens the pencil case, and zeroes in on the wallet printed on the studio portrait with worn edges she's wedged in the top lid. It's young Manuela, aged 4, and her father, Anthony Cortez, 50, but doesn't look a day over 35. Silver fox with the Steve Carell sexy nerd vibe. She's perched on Anthony's shoulders. They laugh at the camera. It makes Manuela smile. She swipes off some charcoal near the bottom. It's the only photo she has. She's protective. She takes one last look, then moves on. She turns her attention to her supplies. The case is nothing but a graveyard of pencil stubs, sharpened to the very end of their utility. Nothing useful. Manuela goes over to where Tony is charging. She rifles through his pouch. Bingo. The pen he found earlier. She returns to bed, pops her headphones in, pulls out the beaten-up phone she carries around, opens a music app, and shuffles a playlist called Abuela's Jams. Soundtrack. There's a good reason these tables are numbered, honey, by Panic at the Disco. Dissolve 2. What's the time? We'll read a bit more. Dissolve 2. Interior 1920 speakeasy. Night. Fantasy. A full band plays a song on stage and dancers shimmy along. Manuela, dressed as P.I. Manuela Cortez, aka a knockoff Carmen Sandiego, enters a packed club. She enters a room, all teens, 15 to 18. It's a roaring 20s high school party. A server takes her coat and hat. Under the coat, she's wearing her regular threadbare sleeping clothes, while everyone here is in spectacular 1920s flapper outfits. A cute girl walks up and pulls her to the dance floor. The girl dances. Manuela hesitates, but dances too. The girl moves closer. Manuela is having fun and feels the heavy stare. Whispers grow louder. Everyone is talking about her. The girl tries to stop her, but Manuela runs to the restroom. Interior 1920 speakeasy bathroom fantasy. The air is thick with smoke. The smoking women turn to look at Manuela when she tumbles inside. They begin to whisper. Manuela speaks to the room, matching the lyrics of the song.
I've never looked better and you can't stand it.
The room falls eerily silent. She realizes what they're casually smoking aren't regular cigarettes, but instead sticks of dynamite. All the fuses are nearly at the end. Her eyes widen. She bolts out of the bathroom. Interior 1920 speakeasy continuous fantasy. Manuela runs through the crowded bar, bumping into half the patrons on her way out. She spots Cute Girl and grabs her hand as she runs. They make it to the door just in time. The building behind them blows, sending them flying through the air. They dust themselves off and look at the hellscape. The building next to it explodes. Then the next one. Then the next one. Then the whole city goes with it. It's all ash now. The two girls look at each other, then back and the wreckage. Superimposed in Manuela's handwriting. She didn't save the world this time, but at least she saved her pal. Smash Cut 2. Interior, apartment, bedroom, as before. Angle, writing the end on the bottom of the last page. The pad is closed and slid under the bed. She tries to sleep. A beat. Manuela reaches for a notebook, opens it to the last page again, then scribbles. Angle. Manuela writing. Sorry, not my best. Ran out of space on the sliver of paper she has left at the bottom. Manuela puts the notebook away again and closes her eyes. Interior apartment bedroom later. Carla is seemingly sound asleep. Manuela opens one eye. She listens to Carla's even breathing and carefully turns in bed, trying not to wake her. Manuela looks over Carla's shoulder and waves her hand in front of her eyes. When she's satisfied Carla is asleep, she attempts to slip off the bed.
I will tie you down if I have to.
Manuela falls back dramatically onto the hard mattress.
As if.
Try me.
What are you gonna do? Chase after me?
We'll go out tomorrow, dickhead. Leap.
And we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for reading, everyone. What did you guys think?
That was good.
I loved it. I want to see it to fruition. I need to see this on TV.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be great to see an actual, like, it being actually made. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how it's like a futuristic, but it feels real. You know, it still feels like it's not that far off. I'm confused as to where the story's headed. Like,
And the characters, they're written so alive. Like, I can see that family banter actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like the dialogue, I like the relationships, I like I like the fact that it's so different, like a disabled person in an apocalypse. That I think is a really interesting idea. I like the fact that it's inspired by a real disabled person, i.e. the writer's mum. I think it sounds so cool, and I'm really excited to read it.
Can I have a slightly off-topic question a little bit?
Go on.
In one of the descriptions of the father, I think his name was Anthony.
Yeah.
He was described as a sexy nerd, if I remember correctly the phrasing. I was in in another Discord server that is about script writing, and I asked how to put nerdy soft boy into a tagline or into a descriptor to make it sound less, well, more professional, less. I can probably get away with it.
I'm sorry, I missed that because you dropped out.
Did I?
Yeah, I missed the last bit. You could probably get away with it because what?
Because I mean sexy silver fox is in the same ballpark as nerdy soft boy. In terms of slang, I mean, not in terms of looks, but you know.
Yeah, I think you could get away with that with writing.
In writing, yes, but in scripts, it just seems unprofessional to me. And while this is very professionally written, I think, and it's like for a layman like me, it is so good. I have never been so enticed while reading just words on a page like this. Like, I have pictures in my head to how everybody looks and everything.
So Joel, actually, if no one has something to add, I was going to say there's a paragraph I did feel kind of weird about. It's the paragraph on page 13 of the PDF, or 13 of the script, or 14 on the PDF. Tony likes Carla, at least as far as an AI can feel for its owners. Carla can't stand Tony. She pretends she not, it's that whole like little paragraph. It feels like it's full of unfillables. That's like, I think
I thought that too. I was going to answer this, how did you...
Yeah, so like normally we would be told to like, you remove that, right? Do you feel like in this script it's necessary, or what were your thoughts on it?
Personally, I think that rules like that are... I mean, screenwriting doesn't technically have any rules. I mean, yeah, there are things that you... like the way you format it and stuff. But rules are made to be broken in screenwriting all the time. I thought it was weird, but because I enjoyed the rest of the script so much, I sort of turned a blind eye to it. I mean, I think I didn't like the last sentence, which is the name has memories attached to it. Like, I want to see how the memories are attached. But the rest of it, I can sort of turn a blind eye to because I think it's so cool. The whole script. I mean, yeah, I think as it goes on, it gets worse. Like, Tony likes Carla. That bit's okay. As far as an AI can feel for its owners, that bit was kind of funny. Not great, but good. Carla can't stand Tony. And I was like, we can, that can be shown, we don't have to be told that. But then it sort of is undone by she pretends not to. You wouldn't really be able to see that. I don't know how I feel about that bit. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think it creates a really confusing, like, direction, I think. And then, like, he reminds her of things she'd rather not think of. yeah, like that's one thing that I don't even know how you can portray that as an actor, other than like sorrowful or I don't know. It feels like a lot of emotions, very complex emotions.
Maybe she would frown at the robot itself, and as she turns away where she's not seen, she would give a soft smile or something, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like that's a filmable for sure.
Yeah, but you can't exactly represent like you can't she would rather not think about it, the name has memories attached to it. You can't represent that on screen.
Oh, you can have the daughter Manuela say the word Tony, and it just echoes in her head as she hears herself say Tony to the father, because that's who I assume the memory's attached to. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with the visual media in a show don't tell kind of manner.
Okay. Yeah, that's the bit I was worried about with the
But I will agree with you that it should be written into the script better. Like this, what I just said should be in the script.
Mhm. Agree with you on that.
Also, another thing is, have we seen the inciting incident yet? Or is that like
that's the other thing I was just thinking too.
I don't think we have.
Because usually you want to get to it within the first 5 to 10 pages. We're on page 20. I was thinking, I wonder what it is that's keeping me here. I feel like I might only be still reading it because it's a disabled person. Like, outside of that, what's actually keeping you engaged? What do you think? Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
the
are,
characters.
Even when the scene's not great.
but I mean, it kind of feels like you can't read too much more without, getting an inciting incident or something. Because right now, there's not a lot of story.
Is this a series or a movie?
This is a feature, 115 pages.
Okay.
It's a
Whistles.
big boy.
Yeah, I think personally I would cut some of the scenes to be shorter. I feel like some dialogue kind of like drags on, like specifically this one in the chat. I
Yeah.
think you read stuff way faster than it's spoken. So I'm pretty sure when they wrote it's like, oh, okay, this all sounds good. But like when we're reading it, it just kind of dragged on. When Tony's saying like, oh, caloric intake for the average human is, I feel like there's parts that could be cut shorter.
Tony should not be cut. Tony is love. I'm joking.
Wikipedia be like,
Well, to be fair, that is what it's like when you ask like a Google or an Alexa. Or
Absolutely, yes. Sometimes this bitch goes on and on about something I did not ask it about. And yes, I am talking about I cannot say the name because she's gonna wake up.
Oh, go to sleep.
No, if you tell her that, she'll turn my lights off.
Oh, that's actually cool having it hooked up to lights. I don't have that, but I can agree. It's annoying.
Show you guys something. Alexa, turn the light off. Alexa, let there be light. Alexa, let there be mood. You can't see it, but the light's red now.
Oh.
Alexa, turn the light yellow again.
Oh shit, just got a thunderstorm warning.
Supposed to be shit.
oh, it's funny. Yesterday we had hail, and actually I had a blackout too. I'm in Texas. So pretty sure you're all in different areas.
Yeah, no, I'm in England. So
Well, you're in England. You get a thunderstorm warning in England? I've never had that.
No, it's just what's it? Just something that pops up. It's not like an
Oh,
actual.
okay. It was not like the emergency
Yeah, they
alert
had
thingy.
tornado warnings. That
Isn't
shit.
thunderstorms like the default?
No.
Wait, Joe, are you
What?
in England too?
Huh?
No, actually, I am not. I am in Central Europe. It is a nice 20 degrees, and I am for one time in my life not sweating.
I
Oh.
cannot say the same.
Yeah,
I'm a wheelchair user. There's this guy who is trying to have a child with his wife, and he's a wheelchair user, and he jokes that he has four sperm cells because he's constantly sitting on his balls.
I love the humor that disabled people have. This is just peak.
I loved it. Oh my gosh, it made me laugh so much. I was like, yeah, that's relatable. But yeah.
The best time I had was when there was this guy, also by the way in a wheelchair, and he offered to have his friend give me a ride, and I said, how good of a driver is he, because I'm concerned, I've never met him. And he was like, give me an example, like I've been in a car with him but I don't know what the gauge is. And I thought about it for a second, and I said, just tell me he didn't do this, points at all of him, to you, and I'll be good. And he just busted out laughing.
Yeah, people always say that I'm a good driver. I'm like, well, yeah, I have like 15 years experience of everyday use of a wheelchair. Oh boy. Welcome, Valdos Wolf. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome.
hello, person.
Well, I
Hello.
have things to do and people to annoy, so I am going to bid you adieu.
Yeah, I think we're all going to go, actually. Unfortunately, Baldos was a bit too late. But we'll be back on this server in a couple of weeks. But we'll be on WordCamp next week.
Oh, no, they
I've already gone. But yeah, next time we do disability and screenwriting, we'll continue reading that because I really enjoyed that. But yeah,
Thanks, Joel.
thanks all for coming. We won't do a writing prompt this
Right.
week. Yeah, have a wonderful week, and maybe see you at table reads tomorrow.
Okay,
Oh, no, yeah.
see you, bye.
Right.
See you.
In a bit, people.